Long before skyscrapers marked the American horizon, before colonists stepped onto these lands, before the story of America was written in textbooks, there stood a city larger than medieval London. A city of plazas, pyramids made of earth, wooden temples aligned with the rising sun, and a population that may have reached 20,000 people. Its name was Cahokia, and yet most Americans have never heard of it. It sits near present-day St. Louis, hidden in plain sight, nearly erased not by time, but by forgetting. But this was once the greatest city north of the Aztecs, a place where astronomy, agriculture, engineering, and ceremony shaped an entire world. Cahokia rose around the year 1050 CE at the meeting of great rivers, the Mississippi, the Missouri, and the Ohio. Here, the soil was rich, trade routes were fertile, and the sky opened wide above the Great Plains. The people who lived here did not build stone monuments, but earthen pyramids layered basket by basket, thousands of layers deep. The largest of them, Monk's Mound, still stands today. It is as tall as a modern 10-story building and covers more ground than the Great Pyramid of Giza. From its top, you could see the entire city, its neighborhoods, marketplaces, fields, and ceremonial plazas stretching into the distance, like veins of a living world. The city was alive with trade: copper from the Great Lakes, shells from the Gulf Coast, obsidian from the Rocky Mountains, feathers, dyes, pottery, carvings, all passed through Cahokia's markets. This was not an isolated culture, it was a network, a pulse in the heart of a continent. At its center was tradition, ritual, and a profound relationship with the sky. Cahokia's engineers built Woodhenge, a massive ring of wooden posts aligned with the solstices. At dawn, during the equinox, the sun would rise perfectly between the posts, an ancient calendar made of trees and sunrise. The people of Cahokia understood time not as hours, but as the turning of seasons, cycles, and celestial rhythms. But Cahokia was not simply a place of trade and architecture. It was a city of belief. Its leaders lived on elevated platforms. Its plazas hosted ceremonies honoring spirits, ancestors, the earth, and the heavens. Some carvings depict bird-like beings, possibly sky messengers or spiritual figures. Others show serpents, warriors, and star patterns carved into stone and shell. These images tell a story of humans seeking connection beyond the physical world, a world where earth and sky were not separate but intertwined, and yet this great city disappeared. By the 1400s, the plazas were empty, the fields grew silent, the pyramids remained, but the people were gone. Some believe climate change shifted the rivers. Others suggest overfarming weakened the land. Some say conflict fractured the society, and there are those who whisper something deeper, that the city's purpose had been fulfilled, and its people dispersed into smaller nations that would later become tribes we know today. The truth is not lost. It has simply not been listened to. Cahokia challenges everything we assume about American history. We are taught that civilization began elsewhere, that knowledge came from across the ocean, but Cahokia stands as a quiet reminder that America had its own cities, its own astronomers, its own mathematicians, its own spiritual scientists long before Europe ever arrived. This was not a primitive world. This was a world of meaning, design, and intention, a world erased not by destruction, but by silence. The mounds still stand, the river still remembers, the sunlight still rises through Woodhenge just as it did 1,000 years ago. The past has not disappeared. It is waiting to be honored. Cahokia is not just history, it is identity, memory, a reminder that greatness lived here long before borders, flags, and textbooks. If this story moved you, if you believe the ancient roots of America deserve to be remembered, then stay with us. Subscribe to Epoch of Change, where we recover the stories the world forgot and return them to the people they belong to.